Will you be going with the same lineup this week as far as your pitching, or what's sort of the plan?
We'll go with the same first two. It'll be it'll be Gonzalez. I think from evaluating, there would be an obvious choice for Sunday. We're going to set TBA right now, just to make sure everybody's going to class and doing everything they're supposed to be doing as a student athlete. So we'll keep working to try to figure it out on the weekend. But I think we pared it down to where we probably have gotten 16 pitchers in a ball game in 4 games, and that'll start paring down from evaluations. But I think it'll end up being a new starter. But we're going to hold on for a couple of days and get into this series.
Jason?
What goes into those decisions? Because I know sometimes it may be recovery time for one guy. Maybe he's better a couple of times on a weekend. Are there things that you have to find out about these guys now as you get into the season?
Yeah, I think we're getting closer. I think there's some definite guys that have been trained as starters, and you probably double that from the games you play. So you probably have trained 8 guys as a starter. We've used the word piggyback. So you're training 2 guys per day in that manner, and you could even flip them week to week. I would imagine we're going to keep taking a look at things, but Bauman and Alsop could have flipped this week if you're playing along at home. Joseph will just keep him on his days, and if he keeps building up, 5 innings is a lot first time out, in my opinion. So can he keep showing that growth and keep ticking up? Maybe it may have been my most favorite outing from a precision standpoint of commanding the baseball. But I don't want to start shortening days and stuff with Joseph here in the non-conference, because I want his arm to keep ticking up, if you will. I think there's still a ton more velo that we've seen in the past and some things to come. But tickled to death with his outing, and I'm comfortable right now keeping him positioned there. And then, Drew Nelson got an opportunity. We absolutely believe in his character, believe in his future here. But we're going to keep taking different looks at guys. Zach Crotchfeld stuck out big time to us last Sunday. And I thought Herberholz, at least from a stuff standpoint, was another pitcher that I thought was positive. And on a day there was not a lot to draw out positive. So we'll keep working. I want to give everybody that's worked hard an opportunity. But we're going to make sure, like I was kind of alluding to, there's a standard for this. And everybody's watching in the organization to see if, we have to do this to live up to the standard. And we all have to do that to be able to get on the field and do what we're supposed to do to represent our program. So, but I'm excited. I think it'll be a few more guys the next 4 games that pitch. But we're going to continue looking at things. We want to see Alsop again. See if he can get deeper into a ball game, be more efficient. We're about to face if you ask any questions about Southern Cal, very patient-oriented ball club, a very traditional West Coast type of look in these first 4 games. So maybe one of their guys, Jackson, one of their best hitters, who's 4 games into it, he has 7 walks and 0 strikeouts. So they're evaluating pitches very well. So we need to probably throw less guys, but we're trying to win ball games. This isn't spring training. We need guys to shove it in a strike zone like we've been preaching to start this season.
Jeff?
You talk about the decision to host the series instead of being on a plane right now, and what all went into that, and the challenges that come with it.
Just back and forth, because baseball guys are part-time weathermen, so we all look at it. And this week I had Los Angeles on my weather app, and I had Huntsville on my weather map, in addition to Coontail, Mississippi, and Auburn, Alabama. So we just touch base like you do with a lot of people early on, a week out. It's kind of that, hey, this is Butch over here, just checking in on you, Andy, and weather looks lousy. And then him saying, yep, I was probably going to get in touch with you and talk to my people, my administration. Next thing you know, another day happened, and I think Tuesday mornings where it really became evident, yeah, we might not be able to get a game in, so what do we do? And the first-year head coach, Andy Stankiewicz, is an amazing player, coach, just came from Grand Canyon. He wants to play. We want to play. And if we can't get a game in, I hate it for our guys not getting to take that trip. But what an amazing program, how exciting was that? But I could tip my hat to a lot of people in administration here, our travel people, our administrators, Southern Cal's administrators, to like, this is the right thing to do. If this is the right thing to do, then how do we get there? Because, man, it's tough to pick up a college baseball team. You start taking 40, 50 people across country. So you can imagine stopping our trip, creating their trip in 2 days' time is really, really impressive. So I tip my hat to both administrations for knowing this is the right thing to do. How do we get there? And I would say they did that between 6 and 8 hours. And I can't tell you, I had 3 years together with Andy with Team USA. So we spent some time together. I've admired him. Like, again, he played in the big leagues. He played for the New York Yankees. You know, I played for Glen Farms in Amory, Mississippi, to give a shout out back to my hometown and everybody at Glen Farms. I've played for Glen Farms. So I think the world of this guy. And we're going to have a 12-time national champion, first time ever to be here at Plainsman Park. So it keeps getting neater, and I know I'm always making a big deal out of that stuff, but I appreciate them. Appreciate our fans, how they've jumped on the tickets. We've made it available to our season ticket holders, and we got them up at, well, I won't say their hotel here, but we got them at a nice place. They're gonna have an amazing experience, and I'm just thankful this series is about to be pulled off. I did just get a video before sitting down with you about 5-10 minutes before of it's hailing in Los Angeles. It happens like 1 out of every 4 years, so just more evidence that everybody's doing the right thing, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and just encourage everybody to come out.
Stepping back for a second, last weekend and then on Tuesday, how much did you see this coming from Mike Irish? You know, true freshman in the SEC, very first starts and being one of the best performers on the team from an offensive perspective.
Yeah, I have to say, I think the answer is the whole time. Or he wouldn't been in the 3-hole of an SEC team, and then they're like, all these older guys go like, who's coach? What's he doing with Ike? He's putting him in the 3-hole, and Gabe put him right in the 3-hole to start a season. So I think the honest answer is the whole time. I think our players voted him as like the MVP of the fall. So, yeah, we were really counting on him being a good hitter. He wouldn't have been in that 3-hole, and then his ability to just evaluate pitches. So there's a high level of something going on, and they talk about young guys and walls and stuff like that, but this guy, swings a strike, takes balls, tough at bat, confidence, has real confidence. The other thing you look for with the first year, a very young player, are they strong enough? Can they physically hold up? He's strong. He has all those attributes that sometimes a young player that's going to be dynamic, you got to wait a year for their body to fill out. You have to get 100 at bats before there's real confidence in yourself. And then, a hitter with a track record is going to play for a long period of time. They must be able to evaluate. They must have eagle eyes. They must be 20-10 or inside of that to play in the big. No matter how strong they are, how quick their bat is, their exit velo, launch angle, eyes is what is the common denominator of professional hitters for a long period of time. And Ike checks a lot of boxes, and I think we knew it from the start.
Kind of following up on that, how rare is it to have a guy come in at 18 and 19 and be kind of as developed as Ike is showing?
Yeah, because you can count them on a hand or two, right? In 20-plus years, those type of guys. Jonathan Holder on the mound is a guy that, his first 28 innings that he threw, or entire year, give up 1 run. I look at freshman All-America Tanner Burns was one of those guys that has a mature frame and a winning fastball. Cody Greenhill, Stephen Williams were those type of guys that's had it. So it's been a minute in our program here. We've seen it before, and we think Ike has it. But, you got to stay healthy. He's DHing right now. Can we get him to keep growing in a position and get him out there? I told you we got good depth, and we love our catchers. Ball didn't go to the backstop Tuesday night with Ryan Dow catching a new catcher. Ike's working some at first base. I think I got early work with him today. We must get better and keep growing. But Ike, and I'm not here to set him up for failure. I believe that he has all these attributes to be a consistent, amazing hitter for us. And by putting him in the 3-hole, we showed that trust and faith. And our players believe in it too. Even our best players is like, we want Ike in the 3-hole, and it was kind of a no-brainer, I think, for everybody in our circle.
Right.
What do you think it means to Bryson and this team that he's gotten off to a really good start to play?
And I think it's very important. He looks, and I think he got a chance to get more settled. But it's exciting. It's the risk reward of somebody's. Y'all have heard me say he stayed in the fight. There's nobody. Bobby would fight with me and stuff, but Bryson's about as athletic as you can get. Somebody that can run, play third base, arm strength, put down bunts. He's already put a couple of those down. Tried a couple more. He hit a ball 450 feet the other night. He played in the outfield for us. He came to us in junior college as a shortstop. I think he's going to continue to get more and more comfortable at third base. There's a couple of throws he'd probably like to have back, but there's a couple of one-handed come and get and attack plays that he made it look extremely athletic. And then I just couldn't be more tickled with him. I think when he hit his home run the other night, he had already gotten a bunt down the last at bat for a hit, and he'd tried to push bunt, I think, on the 0-0 at bat, or that bat he hit the home run. So I'm tickled to death. If he can hold up, I'm not expecting him to hit 600 the whole year, but if he can hold up and have this look in his eye and keep playing the way he's playing, it's going to help us reach a higher level, because he's such an athletic ball player, and I'm tickled to death with his story.
And Chase Isbell, going back to last Friday, what did you like the most about his start? Allsup, I'm sorry. And then what do you want to see more of from him?
Yeah, just pitchability, right? I thought that Joseph laid a great example that not just Allsup, but everybody can follow. I want Bauman's tempo. I want Gonzo's precision and trust, and the engagement of our infielders to happen, the efficiency. So efficiency is the biggest thing. I can't tell Chase to throw harder. I think he threw 96 miles per hour. But there's a packaging and a relaxation of like, man, you really have a great arm, and just keep growing into efficiency. And I'd like to see him more efficient, but not giving up stuff at the same time. We had a little bit of that on Sunday, where a couple of guys, they were trying to throw strikes, but they weren't giving the opponent the best stuff. That's not what we're talking about here. So I want to see Chase just go out and try to be more efficient, try to get more barrels moving, and I think they're going to evaluate pitches better than the two teams that we played so far. So if you're going to try to start pulling all this swing and miss up vertically and beneath the zone, or stretching the plate, I think you're going to be in disadvantage counts. I think he needs to. We're going to walk into this series respecting their ability to take balls and swing at strikes, and then we'll adjust from there. But we think this team has that ability at a higher rate, and the worst thing Chase could do is go out and not try to find the zone early in counts. College baseball right now, as a pitching coach, it's a race to 2 strikes instead of 2 balls. There's just, the swings are so different when you're in 2-0, 3-1 counts compared to when it's 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. And just simplistic part of the season is your goal is to attack and race to 2 strikes instead of 2 balls. That would help Chase a ton.
Anything else?
I just wanted to ask, you mentioned that you hit it for the guys that they don't get to take that trip out to LA, and just wanted to ask you, what could have been of a trip like that for the team, but how much do you weigh that compared to just being able to play the game and bring this team in here and get the reps, so to speak?
Yeah, we're going to make the most of it. So we did the right thing. I think we established that. So you're going out there in the first place, right, to get your team the camaraderie, traveling cross country, in a hotel room. It's unbelievable preparation for the first time you do it in SEC play. So we've got to fill in that gap that's left there. As a student athlete, being where I'm from and from the South and not getting out much, man, I'd be upset. But we just think the probability of it would have really been bad to go out there and not play a game either, and sit in a hotel and go hit in a cage for a weekend. So we'll make it up. Hopefully, you keep playing, you'll create other opportunities, and we'll be able to put that to use at some point. But I think this was a weekend to get some things out of the way, because it's still 18 returners, 20 new guys. these 20 guys still haven't been on the road with us. And so we're going to have to fix that at some point, and it'll happen at some point, but that's what we're missing from this weekend, even though, like I say, I'll go back to it. I know we're doing the right thing this weekend for both programs to give us our best shot to get 3 games in. So that's what we do, and we'll have to make up some of this down the road of the camaraderie and the first time you're traveling. Arlington was huge for this team last year. You played opening day. You played a team that played for the national championship, and Texas Tech, another team I think of. Just that was awesome for us, and for the team just to get on the road, you have no idea intangibly what that does for a group. So it's a great point. We're missing that, and the first time we'll probably sleep in a hotel is going to be for an SEC game. But hopefully we just, you adjust and try to make the most of it. And when you have problems, don't stay there and wallow in it, and just go on to what your solutions are and keep moving.
All right, thank you,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Yeah, thank y'all.